Thanks for joining us. I'm Lorelei Shmayo for BEPC. We have our regular monthly meetings and we have a presentation each month. So I'm here interviewing Cristine Hahm. She's going to be sharing at our next event. It is this coming Monday. Well, it's a few weeks away, Monday, May 21st. We meet in Kent from 5:30 to 8, and you'll get a chance to hear from Cristine. So, Cristine, what is it that you'll be sharing at the event?
Yeah, hi, Lorelai. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share this information. I'm very much looking forward to this event. I call it the Crystal Compendium, and I chose that title for the talk because it's basically going to be an overview of various different parts of crystals. So it's going to be a great way for people who are looking to learn about crystals and start working with them to get a big overview, start getting inspired about different areas they might want to explore. And it'll also be an opportunity for people that are perhaps already conversant with crystals to maybe pick up on some new ideas or just see how another crystal lover, myself, works with them. So we'll be covering lots of different things from how I work with crystals in my energy healing work. I'm a Reiki master and intuitive and shamanic healer. I work with sound and aromatherapy and crystals as well in energy healing sessions. So using crystals to help people navigate transformation and find more joy in their lives is something that I do for work. But then I also work with crystals quite a bit in my personal life as well. You can see I'm in my home right now and there's crystals everywhere. And so I'll be sharing with people in this crystal compendium information about how I use crystals in my healing work and maybe give them some ideas about how they might want to incorporate crystals into their own healing work or just their own personal healing, as well as some different ways that I use crystals in my life, which will give people ideas. And we'll do a lot of hands-on exercises as well around how to use crystals for protection in the home, for clearing out unwanted energy, for working with the chakra system. And we'll cover everything from how to choose crystals, what are some of the different ways that different crystals can support people, because different crystals have different properties that make them particularly helpful in different areas. I'm going to be bringing crystals from my crystal collection, which is quite vast, so people will get their hands on them and be able to play with them and see which ones they're attracted to. We'll learn about how to clear the energy from crystals and really just a big overview about everything you need to know to get started with working with crystals and how you might want to incorporate them in your daily life.
Exciting. And I imagine you'll have some crystals for sale there also?
I actually wasn't planning to. I don't sell crystals, so
Oh, you don't? You
I
just
don't.
use
No,
crystals in your work.
I just love them.
Wow.
That's something
Oh.
I might do in the future. There's certain ones that when I work with people in my healing sessions that they tend to gravitate towards and want to get a piece of their own. And I often will purchase crystals
Mhm.
for clients who have a certain area that they're working on to heal. So maybe in the future I will, but not for this time. But I will.
Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like you're going to be bringing some of your really special crystals to this talk
Oh
because they're the
yeah,
ones you use all the time.
exactly.
Oh, wow.
So that I have a vast collection, so I'll be bringing special ones and just an array so people can kind of get a feel for what they're interested in. And I'm going back to your question about purchasing crystals. I will be bringing a list of my favorite resources of where I purchase crystals. So if people are looking to have a few recommendations on local places, I've got some great favorites that I can point them towards.
Oh, exciting. This is going to be great fun. Did you want to share a little bit maybe of how did you start working with crystals? How did this open for you and show up in your work, your healing work and
Yeah, that's a great question, and I could just talk about crystals. Um,
just a little bit?
they've brought so much to me personally, and also to my clients. I have been a crystal lover all my life. I I, as a child, would pick up rocks and was very compelled to, pick up certain rocks from the beach or just out in the yard and what have you, and would keep them. And I had two special crystals that I had as a kid, just little polished ones that I was very drawn to. And so it's been something that I've always been interested in. And as I grew older and kind of found my way into energy healing work, I was drawn to this workshop at Bastyr University. It was a workshop on shamanic healing, and it was my first exposure to shamanic work. And it was something I was very drawn to. And when I came into this workshop, one of the first things we did was work on putting together a mesa, and we had been, which is a medicine bottle, we had been instructed to bring with us some stones. And when I got there and I laid out my mesa and saw everyone had brought their stones, I thought, oh, I'm home. I am not the only one who is very gravitated towards stones and have been using them in my life and feel like they have very positive effects other than just the beauty of the stones. And so that really opened my eyes to the vibrational qualities that crystals have, and this whole other world of how we can work with crystals to support our growth and our path. And from that point forward, I just really threw myself right into the deep end of the crystal pool and read every book I could get my hands on about crystals, started collecting crystals, really in a very focused way. Rose quartz is one of the first ones, and there's a larger piece back here that was kind of one of the first ones that works around the heart chakra, very soft and compassionate, to help support the heart. It's wonderful for grieving as well. So that was one of my first, and from there I just kind of got bit and, got into things like citrine and just expanded from there. And I started working with them in my energy healing sessions, and I place them along the chakras of clients, and also around in grids. Sometimes they're too big to put on a client, so I might put them underneath a table, and just started getting these intuitive pieces of information about what crystals would work really well for certain issues that came up in healing sessions. And I just saw through my own experience how the crystals could really support the work that I was doing, and just went on to collect even more from there, and eventually took a certification course and got a lot more of a breadth and depth in my own knowledge of crystals. And so I'm actually certified as a crystal reader through Doreen Virtue and Judith Lukomsky. So I have a lot of information from that course as well. I'll be sharing highlights in our
Wow. I deeply feel your passion, your exuberance, and then just the breadth of all your experiences and connection here and knowledge is amazing.
Yeah, the crystals are, I think a lot of people are really drawn to them. They're so beautiful, and that's kind of, I think, how it started with me. But as I dug into it, I really came to see that when I was drawn to certain crystals, there were really reasons why, when you start to learn a little bit more about the different vibrations of each one and the way, they can support you in different areas of growth and healing and protection in your life. It just really, I got the crystal bug. You got my number.
Oh, it's great. Well, I'm very excited. And so where can people find out more about you on the web?
Yeah, so my website is www.healingcollective.us, and there's an extensive background about me and the work that I do there. And I invite people to reach out if they have any questions or they'd like to learn more. You can contact me through the website.
Great, great. And we look forward to seeing you at your talk on Monday, May 21. As I mentioned, it's going to be in Kent, so it's at Denny's, and I'll give you the address right here. It is 1246 Central Avenue North, Kent. At 5:30 p.m. is our meeting, and then your talk is from 6 to 8 p.m. We look forward to being there with everyone. And more information is on the web at bepcweb.org.
Great. Well, thank you, Lorelai. I very much look forward to the talk, and I appreciate your time today.
You're welcome, Christine. You're great. Thanks for listening.